Ohio Valley Conference football on ESPN+. It's a good one today. Number 6 in the nation, Southeast Missouri, travels north up I-55 to St. Charles, Missouri, the home of the Lindenwood Lions. This figures to be a good one. They're 6th in the country, SEMO. The Lindenwood Lions, their final home game of the season, trying to climb over the 500 mark in league play. Two terrific quarterbacks. It's pleasantly cool. A little bit of rain today, but it's going to be a great day for football. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Ramsey, alongside my partner, Zach Zook. So two teams really coming from different places today to collide. It's a big game for both.
Oh, and we got some football weather for it. You've got SEMO in the midst of one of its best seasons in program history. The Lions are coming off their largest margin of defeat last weekend on the road against Tennessee Tech. I'd imagine it was an intense week of practice. Rivalry games always intense. You've got senior day on campus as well. We're ready to get it going.
Ready to get it going, but we're not ready until we hear from Jacob Stanek down on the sidelines with our quarterback comparison. Jacob.
Thank you, Bob. Taking a look at these two quarterbacks, their stats really reflect the offensive styles of these two teams. Nate Glantz for the Lions has a yard over 1,800 so far in the year, which is 5th in the OVC. But on the other hand, Dale Laurent over 2,700 yards, 1st in the OVC, and last week against Gardner-Webb in the Red Hawks win, 58 pass attempts with 35 of them being completed. As he will look to continue his run, one of the best in the OVC and one of the best in the country. Bob, Zach?
Thank you, Jacob. Quarterback comparison is presented by Jostens, the official recognition company of the OVC. And the teams get ready to line up. Number 6 in the nation. That's up here where the air is crisp. They've had a good year, won 7 in a row.
Which is close to a program record as well for SEMO. It has just been an incredible year for Coach Matukowicz and his staff.
And here we go, we're underway. Short kickoff, picked up at the 10 and brought down. Rubel on the return. And a good return and a good spot for SEMO to begin. Let's go to our keys of the game, brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Well, first for SEMO, they're going to need to keep Nate Glantz in the pocket. They can have some success against this Lindenwood pass protection unit. They are 3rd in the conference in sacks, finished last in the conference a season ago. They have really improved defensively there, and then they just need to play clean. I think they like their chances if they can play clean in this one. They outscored Lindenwood 94-35 in the first 2 meetings. For Lindenwood, they need to finish drives. SEMO is a statistical leader in the conference in a number of defensive statistics, and then they need to limit easy yards.
And first play from scrimmage, and out to Anderson. Stacked up, trying to escape. He can't. He'll be brought down at the 24, game of 2. Designated drivers are the real MVP. If you've been drinking, pass your keys to a sober friend, because fans don't let fans drive drunk. Brought to you by Tennessee Highway Safety Office.
That's a little bit of what we're going to be talking about today as it pertains to this SEMO offense. They like to throw the ball a lot, but a lot of it's around the line of scrimmage. They like to get into their RPO game. They like to throw those quick outs like you just saw. Lindenwood has to take that away.
Laurent, handoff, straight up the gut, close to a first down and a fumble. We got a fumble. The Lindenwood Lions say they have it. The Lions say they have it. Coming out of there, it's Wingate.
Oh, wow. Right as we get going, it feels as though the rain starts falling a lot harder than it was in the pregame, and immediately Lindenwood's able to force a mistake. What was the key for SEMO? They had to play clean. The ball's wet, but Jordan Kanapke is able to force the fumble with the shoulder pads. And immediately Lindenwood with the first big momentum-changing play of the game.
So it sets Nate Glantz up. Another team, SEMO, just like Lindenwood, a 3-headed running back monster. And the Lions, I think, have to really reestablish that today, don't you?
Absolutely. They really struggled to get that ground game going on the road last week. And their defense keeping them in this game will enable them to stick with the run. So a great first possession defensively for Lindenwood. SEMO makes the first mistake, and Lindenwood poised to take advantage of it. We'll see, though, because the play is under review.
So was he down before he lost it? Take a look. That's really hard to tell, isn't it? That'd almost have to be slowed down frame by frame to check that out, don't you think, Zach?
No question about it. It's close. The ball came out late. I believe it was Kanapke that forced it, not the initial contact. It was the freshman Peyton Brown running through the middle of that line, and I think it's going to be the left knee in question. Was that left knee on the turf when the hit from the safety?
Let's slow it down here, Zach.
Get another look at it.
There's
here.
Brown. Knee down. Ooh, that is so close. They may give him the ball back.
Boy, it is close.
So the question is always, is it enough evidence to overturn the call, correct?
Yes, yeah, no doubt about it. So the call on the field looms large in this case. You have to have indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field. We'll see if the replay official deems that they have that.
Put the headsets away, we'll get a report. Yeah, not enough to overturn it. It was so close, and everybody, I think, in the replay booth said, this is too close. You can't overturn it on this.
It's a bang-bang play. I think the contact from Kanapke comes before the knee hit, so if you think that the ball's dislodged immediately on the hit, then you have to go with the call on the field. It's a tough break for SEMO, and now they'll have to play defense.
Freshman Steve Hall gets the start at running back behind Glantz. The give to Hall up the middle. Got a good block. A hole opens up. Second line of defense held him up. Gained him about 4 on the play. It was Stone on the tackle.
And he's a good one, isn't he? Just a freshman on the Jerry Rice watch list. Probably saw the clip that went viral from a couple of weeks ago, the 90-plus yard touchdown run he had to seal the victory against Western Illinois last time they were here at Hunter Stadium.
Over 6 yards a carry on the season. He's got 5 touchdowns. 2nd and 6 for Lindenwood here at Hunter Stadium. To give the Hall again. Battling through the line. He, again, that second line of defense stacks him up and throws him back. Malai Walton on the tackle.
So now you force Lindenwood into a 3rd and pass.
He lost a yard on the play.
That's where SEMO wants to be defensively. Again, one of our keys for them on the defensive side of the ball. Keep Glantz in the pocket. This Lindenwood, for how great this offensive line has done run blocking, they've struggled a little bit in pass protection. And this SEMO pass rushing unit can get after him.
They play a 3-4, but they'll bring that edge rusher up almost all the time. In the pocket, it breaks down, and Nate is thrown for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage. When it broke down quickly. Cairo on the tackle.
Think that they had Cook in there as well. It was a great job by the Red Hawks of maintaining their pass rush integrity, which is important against a running quarterback like Nate Glantz, because if you give him a crease, he can hurt you with his legs even on a design pass. Now a long field goal upcoming for Seibert.
48-yarder. Logan Seibert, he's only missed 2 all year, and that one's blocked at the line of scrimmage. Recovered in the defensive backfield, and he could go all the way, but run out of bounds. It was Leonard who got that deflected field goal attempt and ran it back, and here come the Red Hawks.
Momentum has already shifted massively twice in this game. A phenomenal job by the Red Hawks special teams to pick up their offense that turned the ball over early. A field goal block keeps us at a scoreless tie. And how about Patty Turner for the Lindenwood Lions saving what would have been a touchdown?
Yeah, Patrick, one of our favorite guys, the Australian, he did not give up on the play. And if he doesn't get there, he's going in for 6.
Phenomenal hustle to cut down the angle, because you're right. I don't think Lindenwood had anybody else that would have been able to catch up to him.
Peyton Brown is the running back. Fake off, a fake handoff, and a throw across the middle. Broken up. Nicely done by Gant, Eric Gant.
Phenomenal pass coverage on the back end by Gant. He has been a really underrated player in this secondary for Lindenwood this year, in my opinion. Transfer in, one of those 16 transfers that Lindenwood brought in this year, originally from California. He has made a big difference.
Seavey in the slot right, the tight end. This time they do give it to Brown. A short gain as he was tackled going up the middle. Blaylock got in there.
Jonah Rubadu as well from his defensive tackle spot helped to ensure that the back didn't fall forward. That's one thing they really struggled mightily against Tennessee Tech with.
Really,
the Tennessee Tech offensive line was getting such a good push.
Really just back to the line of scrimmage. Now 4 receivers in there, 3rd and a long 9. Cheers goes in motion. De Laurent is ready. Deep drop, throws off his back foot, throws long. That was a desperation throw looking for Cam Pedro. It was Gant on the coverage, and the Lindenwood defense stiffens up and plays great. Talk about the mental side of the game. Immediate turnover by Simo, and the tip field goal feels like a turnover going the other way, so nobody's really established control.
You're exactly right. That is certainly what it feels like. You start getting in your head, especially when things haven't been going great the last couple of weeks. You start thinking, oh, here we go again. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to go out there and do what the Lions just did, a great stop to get the football back.
Talon Blaylock back to receive the kick. It's a good one, high spiraling kick. Caught at the 11-yard line, maybe the 12, and that's where Lindenwood will take over 1st and 10. We'll take a quick break. No score here on a cool, rainy afternoon at Hunter Stadium in St. Charles, Missouri. To the OVC on ESPN+. For a game that is 0-0, first 3.5 minutes of this one have been action-packed despite the scoring. Let's take a look at our series history presented by ServPro, the official restoration services partner of the OVC. Zach?
Well, SEMO has been dominant throughout the first 2 matchups. There's no question about that. In the first meeting between these 2 schools here at Hunter Stadium, the Redhawks were able to earn a 49-28 victory, followed that up with a 45-7 defeat of Lindenwood on their home turf a year ago.
Check out this formation. Cortez Jones comes in the running back and splits out far to the right side as a receiver.
A little quads bunch.
And with all that, Nate's going to keep it himself. Nate Glantz across the 25, pickup of several. Norman on the tackle.
Well, offensive coordinator Dusty Avorka allows his guys a lot of freedom to line up where they want, to sort of just give the defense a different look because they have to honor it, right? So what they do there is they spread everybody out, empty the box, and give Nate Glantz as few bodies to run through.
Now Jones in the backfield. The give is to Cortez. Oh, found a big hole. Across the 25-yard line, close to the 27. It'll be a first down. That hole opened up beautifully.
And there you see where this Lindenwood offensive line is most comfortable. They love playing downhill. I think they feel a little less comfortable pass setting, to be completely honest with you. But when they get downhill, a hat on a hat, they
can
do
be
that
aggressive.
That zone blocking, whether it's the wide zone or the inside zone like it just was right there. You saw the hole open up, and Jones was able to sprint through it.
Caldwell in motion. Give to Cortez Jones again, another big hole. Tries to turn it back upfield, gets across the 30, falls forward, close to the 44-yard line. Nice gain by Cortez Jones, brought down by Malai Walton.
It's always nice to have a big back. It's a little bit extra nice on days like today when it's a little cold, it's a little rainy. Maybe you don't want to come up and hit that back as hard as you did back in September when it was 90 degrees and sunny out. He has the ability to really wear on this defense and deliver some punishing runs throughout the afternoon.
57 degrees here in St. Charles, Missouri. A light breeze and light rain off and on. Cortez Jones remains in the backfield. Caldwell slot left. Always we keep an eye on him. Hesitation and a pitch to Jones. That play didn't get developed really well, and Jones perhaps got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe, they're going to give him a gain of about a yard.
Yeah, it was actually really nice vision there by the Murray State transfer. It wasn't there. SEMO did a good job of setting the edge and forcing number 0 back inside, but his ability to gain a yard or two makes this third down a high percentage conversion chance.
Drew Kroboth wide to the left side. Man in motion, Reese Thomas whistles.
They clapped at the snap to see what SEMO was going to do. You saw those backers and those safeties take a step towards the line of scrimmage.
3rd and a short 1. Cortez Jones, keeper by Glantz. First down to the 40-yard line. Glantz remains one of the best handoff fake guys that I've seen, certainly at this level. Leonard wasn't fooled, but he was deeper. And it's a great play by Nate Glantz.
Well, and it's a really nice call by Dusty Avork on 3rd and short. One of the best ways to convert on short yardage when the defense thinks you're going to run it. Slow them down at the mesh point. They have to honor it. And that time, Glantz was able to keep it.
Jones, the running back, a little bootleg setting up. Didn't have enough time to really get set. They were all over it. Norman came roaring in from Glantz's left side. And Nate really never had a chance. He would have had to get rid of it immediately, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Bryce Norman, the senior linebacker, one of the leaders of this SEMO defense, their leading tackler, and has been a mainstay in the middle of that front seven for quite some time, able to come off the edge and get the sack. They were trying to set up a throwback, sort of a cross corner to Kroboth on the far side.
Glantz is going to keep it. They were looking for a big pass play. He gets across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Norman again on the tackle. We're practically calling Norman's number almost every time. He'll get up to 100 tackles probably in this game. He's close now. He came in with 88 on the season.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. He was at 100 tackles a season ago as well. Certainly a leader in the yardage that Lindenwood lost on that sack on first down. That really is the key. They lost 12 yards on that sack. Those are drive killers.
3rd and 16. Jeff Caldwell, slot, cuts across the middle. Not much time. It breaks down again. Nate's going to try and keep it. That is not going to work very often. Great pressure again. Who else? The Norman invasion does it again, and they bring him down. They're going to have to punt it away. That's great defense by Norman.
That's one of the best 3-play sequences I've seen this year from an individual player on defense. Just completely wrecked that drive for Lindenwood. He created the initial pressure up through the B gap around the guard and then came back around to take out Glantz and finish off the play. Excellent job by number 32.
Patrick Turner to kick it away. Low snap. He gets it off, headed for the sideline. Kalani Riddick goes over and lets it bounce. Not a great result for Patrick as it goes out of bounds at the 34. Turner didn't want to return. I think he would have liked a few more yards on that one. We'll talk about it when we come back. No score yet. The defenses have stood up early in this one. It's the OVC on ESPN+. Well, we'll see if the offenses can get it going here with 6:11 left in the first quarter. Bob Ramsey, Zach Zook, Jacob Stanek. No score. Paxton DeLaurent rolls right, has time, across the middle, broken up. Oh, terrific coverage. Trey Bell. I know he's frustrated that he got hurt, Zach, Trey Bell. Who knows what kind of season it would have been. But even being physically hampered with that bad hand, he has had a really good year. Yeah,
he had it wrapped up for about the first third or so of the season, and it didn't feel like it slowed him down very much. He was able to turn the ball over and break up passes frequently, and that was a great job on SEMO's number 1 receiver that time.
Give to Brown. Wants to turn the corner. Nice spin move across the 35 to the 37.
You know what's actually interesting? They've had Bell lined up over number 6, Dorian Anderson, the 6'7" senior receiver. He has a wrap on his right hand, so he's clearly battling through something as well.
2-yard gain, 3rd and 8.
Stack here at the bottom.
And at the top. Now in motion goes Cam Pedro. He goes to the slot. Keep an eye on him. DeLaurent to the near side. Catch has been made short of the first down for Cam Pedro. When he shifted over like that, that put a target on him, and De Laurent did not miss his target. Gant on the tackle.
Now a decision to be made here by SEMO. Looks like the punt team's coming on, but that doesn't necessarily mean the ball's going to go in the air.
Last home game here at Lindenwood, we saw them fall prey to the fake punt. Logan Leftrick to punt it. Blaylock back to receive. Inside his own 15-yard line. Good snap. Good punt. Nice hang time. Catch made right at the 15-yard line. And defenses on both teams still standing tall. We'll take a quick break. 4:41 left in the first. Lindenwood hosting SEMO. It's the OVC on ESPN+. Back at Hunter Stadium on the campus of Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. Number 6 SEMO and the Lindenwood Lions. Time to look at our coaches' profiles. They are presented by Kentucky Tourism.
Well, for SEMO, their head coach, Tom Matukowicz, he's in his 11th season, a 63-60 record overall as a head coach. All but one of those has come as the head coach of SEMO. He's spent time as an assistant at SIU, Carbondale, NIU, as well as Toledo before coming the SEMO head coach. And fun fact, Rammer, his lone victory, not at SEMO, was as the interim head coach of Northern Illinois after head coach Jerry Kill at the time took the head job at Minnesota.
And Nate Glantz is going to keep it again. A little fake toss over to Robert Giammo, who comes in for this third series on offense at running back. And a nice gain by quarterback Nate Glantz. By the way, the coach's profile brought to you by Kentucky Tourism. Plan to visit the Bluegrass State at KentuckyTourism.com.
Then there you see Jed Stugart. 8th season as the head coach of the Lions, 18th overall as a head coach, 127-55 record all time.
And they tried a little trickery there, a fake handoff, and then a look trying to find Abe Hare, the tight end. He slipped in the turf. It can get quite slick with even just a little bit of rain. He lost his footing, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
They had him open if it timed up a little bit better. Glantz tried to sort of shot put that out to his tight end just behind him.
Jeff Caldwell wide to the left side. Robert Giammo, the veteran, is the running back. Glantz wants to throw across the middle. It's complete to the tight end. First down plus yardage and brought down, and we got a fumble. Another fumble. Lindenwood says they have it back. We shall see. Riddick was in on the tackle.
Great job by SEMO of tackling the football. And Lindenwood's fortunate to hang on to this ball.
Take another look at it.
Nice job on the front end of this thing.
Abe
Abe
Hare
had trouble putting it away.
Abe Hare tried to shift it, then come back to the other arm, and it was slapped away by Kalani Riddick. But it's 1st and 10 on the fumble recovery. Fakes to Giammo as Abe Hare again, completing the first down across midfield to the 41.
you gotta love that. Go right back to him. He has played so much good football for Lindenwood over the years. They go right back to him and he makes the play. Great job by Nate Glantz to fit it in the turkey hole between the safety and the corner over there on the near side.
12 receptions now for Abe Hare. Quick out. Oh, nice moves. They come up the side. Terrific work there. Leonard on the tackle for SEMO.
And I'm sure that was in the script. That was the freshman Rico Bond, the recipient of that short bubble screen, and he's an exciting one. They've used him on punt return in the past. Getting him some touches in space is going to be a good thing for this program as the years go on.
He gained 4 on the play. 2nd and 6. Caldwell wide to the left side. John Anthony, slot left. Giamo, the running back behind Glantz. Robert takes it, stacked up at the line, keeps grinding those legs. He may have not gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Malai Walton in on the tackle. Walton's been involved a great deal early. He's approaching 30 tackles on the season, 3rd and 6. Giamo is going to go wide left. John Anthony to the right side. Caldwell slot left. They have trips on the left side, 2 on the right side. Nate Glantz wants to throw a quick out there for Rico Bond, but he'll come up short of the first down.
So again, touches for the freshman in space, and I like this call. You're sort of right on the edge, outside of field goal range. You don't have to get all of it here. The idea is even if you're tackled shy of the line to gain, that you put yourself in a more manageable situation here on 4th down to go for it. They probably, Seibert probably has the leg, but in this weather, especially when you've already got one blocked, I like leaving the offense out on the field.
Trips to the right side. Giamo's the back. 4th and 4. Glantz had some time. Pocket breaks down, throws on the run, and almost threw it away. That is a very, very tough throw, and Lindenwood will turn it over on downs.
Well, I thought Glantz was going to keep that ball initially, and had it been completed, there may have been a review to see if he was behind the line of scrimmage when he let that thing go. Lindenwood, I thought, was going to take a timeout, Rammer. They had it down to 1-0 seconds on the play clock. They were lucky to get it off.
Take another look at that and see if we can see how that thing broke down.
Pretty solid protection here initially. No chance to step into the throw.
No. Good recovery by the defensive line. 1st and 10 at their own 35. Quick little inside handoff. And a gain of 5. Laurent throws across the middle. Oh, it's complete. And a big catch by Anderson. Dorian Anderson's first down and into Lindenwood territory. We talk about 3-headed monsters with running backs. They've got Pedro Smith and Anderson all right around 50-plus catches on the season, and he can really spread it around. Handoff fake. Wants some big yardage. Nope. Comes underneath. Catch by Tristan Smith. One of those 3 great receivers and another first down.
So SEMO this time runs their variation of sort of a cross corner or blaze out. It's called different things. You want to make the defensive back feel like you're running across the field, and then you just throw the brakes on, come back towards the sideline. Paxton was looking at him the whole way, and Trey Bell singled up. Very tough to stick with the receiver that far down the field running a double move.
We'll take a break. No score in this one, but SEMO driving here at the end of the first quarter. This is the OVC on ESPN+. After a mostly stagnant first quarter, thanks to both defenses really stepping up, SEMO's now rolling, Zach Zook.
They've gotten their pass game going a little bit. They've hit a couple big ones to their big trio of wide receivers. Dorian Anderson with the big catch, and then Tristan Smith there on that blaze out. So can Lindenwood sort of bow their necks here as we get to the red zone?
Darrell Smith is the running back. We have a flag. Procedure will go back the other way. So maybe a timeout, a penalty, and slows the Red Hawks down a little bit.
Yep, Yusef Sanogo Kendrick that time called for the infraction, and that'll put SEMO behind the sticks.
Tristan Smith wide to the left side for SEMO. Handoff to Smith. Breaks a tackle, back to the original line of scrimmage, plus about 5 more.
Daryl's a really talented back. He's a grad senior from Alton, Illinois. Backed up Geno Hess for years when he was an underclassman. Now he's a very big part of this running game, and he has phenomenal vision.
Daryl Smith, the running back. Quick look to the wing for Tristan Smith, and he's thrown for a loss. Let's see where they want to mark the ball. It'll be close to the original line of scrimmage. Good defense, Jalen Patrick on the tackle.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal tackle. You love when your corners come up and tackle like that. Jaden Patrick attacking the receiver who backed up and gave up the yardage that he had gained on the pass, trying to get away from Jaden Patrick. Sure tackle makes this third medium still.
3rd and 6. Back to throw, across the middle, caught and dropped short of the first down. What a tackle by Johnson. Terrific play. Jaden Johnson.
Very well done. Lindenwood had this bottled up on both sides of the formation. They were trying to get rub and then run a slant in behind it to create some space. Johnson on the near side, and then Gant had it covered up on the far side.
DC Pippin for the field goal. 39-yarder. Snap back, ball down. The kick is up. It's high enough. It's long enough. And it is good. And Simo breaks the ice. Here in the second quarter, they get on top 3-0. But overall, it was a defensive stand by Lindenwood of bend but don't break.
Absolutely. You always are happy to hold a team to 3 in college football, and a really nice job there by the SEMO holder. That snap was a little wobbly in the rain.
More OVC football right here on ESPN Plus when we return. Welcome back to Lindenwood University. Let's go down to the sideline. Jacob Stanek is there.
Thank you, Bob. On the sidelines today, you might see Jed Stugart and some of the other Lindenwood coaches wearing some special necklaces today. Starting left tackle Gareth Warren, He is from Hawaii. His family in town today for Senior Day, and a celebration they have every year. And this year a little bit more special as well. His family making custom necklaces for the entire Lindenwood coaching staff. Bob, Zach.
Thanks, buddy. Gareth Warren from Kailua Kona in Hawaii went to Kealakea High School. How about that? High end over end. Back to receive it. Blaylock got a nice block. Split another pair of defenders and out to about the 29-yard line. Good return.
And one more note on Gareth Warren. Whether you're a SEMO fan or a Lindenwood Lions fan watching this, take a look at big number 78 today. Named to the Reese's Senior Bowl watch list. He stands at 6'8", 328. Just a monster on the offensive line for Lindenwood. He's going to have a chance to play at the next level.
Caldwell goes out wide to the left side. Steve Hall is back in there at running back as they alternate series with the 3 running backs. Glance surveys. High snap. Fakes the handoff. Finds Caldwell. His first touch. First down. They bring him down with a just short of the 40-yard line. But a nice quick play.
That's a run-pass option there for Jeff Caldwell on the far side of the field, and you're going to take that matchup every single time you get him singled up. He runs the little quick hitch and gets yards after the catch, which is one of his specialties.
From the 39, with the freshman Hall in the backfield. Croath in motion. Give to Hall. Stacked up as he crossed the 40. They may give him the 41, but that was tough going. Casey on the tackle.
SEMO, the last series, and then on that run here, has done a much better job against the run. Lindenwood was able to create some holes earlier on in the first quarter. SEMO appears to have rectified that. They're doing a much better job on the defensive line of staying in those run fits and letting the linebackers come run and hit. Chief among them, number 32.
2nd and 8. Rolling right. throwing on the run into traffic, and it is picked off with an unbelievable play by Riddick. A one-handed pickoff again. Glantz throwing off the back foot on the run, and Riddick was up to the task. Kalani Riddick.
Well, number one, this is an ill-advised decision made by Glantz, but let's just give Riddick a little bit of praise here. This is an incredible interception with one hand to reel it in. In the rain, no receiver gloves, no problem. Who says those DBs can't catch?
That was marvelous. What a great play. Kalani Riddick. First interception of the season, and it was spectacular. Take another look at it, and you'll see what Mr. Riddick was able to do.
He's able to undercut this route. Nate, as you mentioned, Rammer, didn't step into the throw, so he runs out of club. In a vacuum, it's not a bad decision, but when you're unable to step into the throw, you're not going to be able to drive that football the way you want to.
The line complete to the sideline for Tristan Smith, run out of bounds by Blaylock. Gain of 1. So how do you think that play was designed? You don't design to throw on and run that far.
Well, they're moving the pocket, but you're sort of creating a modern flood level concept where you have a deep over, you have sort of a behind the linebacker intermediate route, and then they had Crobath on the jet motion in the flat. I think ordinarily they've thrown to all 3 levels of that play so far this season with success, but I think the safest throw and the throw they like the quarterback to make is to get it out to Crobath in the flat, but he wasn't out there in time, got bumped and hung up at the line of scrimmage.
Quick pop again to Smith, and a big hit on the play by Blaylock. You know, back to that interception play by Riddick. The other thing is, if you're Nate Glantz and you see Jeff Caldwell downfield, everybody wants to get it to Jeff Caldwell.
Sure.
Everybody in the building.
And that's why I say, in a vacuum, the decision wasn't a bad one. If he misses on the upfield shoulder, he's fine. But he underthrows this because he's getting a little pressure in his face, had to throw off his back foot, fading away from the pass, and that's what allowed Riddick to undercut it. And it still, even then, took a spectacular play.
Smith is set back. Lamar wants to throw. He does to the sideline. It's complete, short of the first down. That was Dorian Anderson on the catch. He's got 53 on the season. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Another decision here.
4th and 2, excuse me.
I think they're going to kick it away.
Fourth and 2, they elect to kick.
Phenomenal sequence that time by Talon Blaylock. He really forced the punt on those first 2 downs, creating such a 3rd and long.
And back to receive the punt is Blaylock. Another nice kick. Good spiral. Lets it go. Did it get touched? Lindenwood says no. Nobody's acting as if it was. And it takes an incredible SEMO roll all the way back to the Lindenwood 8-yard line.
Lindenwood has had trouble with this so far this year. It's a tough play. It's a tweener. You've got blockers coming back, and he's trying to run up to catch it. Ultimately, though, at the end of the day, you have to make one of 2 decisions. You've either got to run up and catch the football, or you've got to yell poison, tell everybody to get away from it.
Lindenwood takes over with 9:27 left in the 2nd quarter. It's Ohio Valley Conference football on ESPN+. Let's go to Jacob Stanek. He has got some thoughts on this rivalry between SEMO and Lindenwood.
Thank you, Bob. These 2 teams today battling for the MRV Banks Game Ball Brawl Trophy. This was a trophy that was created before the Lions even officially made their first look in the Division I level. And it really speaks to the rivalry between these 2 teams, the only Division I in-conference rivalry in the state of Missouri. They were given the title of rivalry before Lindenwood even began playing in the OVC for any sport. And both of these teams have truly taken that that name and that distinction to heart.
Great pass across the middle. Caldwell under duress. He came down hard. I think the tackler came down on his ankle or leg. He's limping off under his own power. Maybe a hamstring. We'll see. We'll see if he's able to come back.
It was a hard tackle. Sort of rode him down, and you empathize with the defender on the play. With Johnson in coverage, it's tough to tackle Caldwell at 6'5", 200 pounds. And if he didn't make the tackle, by the way, Jeff was going to take it to the house.
Great quick throw from Nate Glantz. And in motion is Fugit to give to Cortez Jones. Busted outside, grabbed by his arm, and swung out of bounds with a do-si-do.
Any way you can, right?
Gain of a couple. Malai Walton grabbed him and slung him down.
I think we've got a man down. It's Riddick on the near side of the field. Now he's up and going to get off under his own power. And then we can snap it quick here.
Except they won't let him.
That was an interesting sequence. He had gone down to one knee. The training staff was halfway out onto the field, and then he decided he was going to get off.
They mark it at the 27, and Jed Stugart is out wanting an explanation. He's out on the field.
So Lindenwood, I think, is upset that they don't feel as though the clock should have been stopped or given the injury timeout. But since he had gone down initially and the trainers were on the field, the officials had an obligation to stop it.
2nd and 7. Cortez into the line. Another hard-fought 2 yards for Cortez. Cook on the...
I really like how patient Lindenwood has been with the run game. They haven't popped a ton of big ones so far, but their defense is keeping them in it. They're allowing them to lean on the run game, and it's kept Nate Glantz for the most part out of these 3rd and longs.
Dylan Smith wide to the right side. Pocket breaks down. Nate Glantz in some trouble. Throwing on the run, but this time he's got Jeff Caldwell. How far can he go? Inside the 30, still on his feet to the 24-yard line. What a run after the catch. It was a tremendous foot race down the sideline. Glantz on a tough throw, but he found his man, Caldwell. Elmore finally brought him down.
So much to talk about on this play, and we will after they snap this football again. It looks like Lindenwood wants to go quickly.
Cortez Jones, the running back. Nate wants to throw again. Across the middle. Oh! I don't think it was deflected, but certainly being screened on the play was Reese Thomas as Riddick was in on the play.
Yeah, tried to thread a needle there. Probably luckily it fell harmlessly to the turf. But check out the block by Cortez Jones. SEMO brings a cat corner blitz from the near side of the field. They're under pressure immediately. They've got more than they can block, and when that corner blitz doesn't get home and you allow the quarterback to break contain, that's exactly what can happen. Great job by Caldwell of not giving up on the play and heading vertical.
Nate Glantz wants to keep it, breaks a tackle across the 20. He's brought down right there with a nice gain. It'll be 3rd and 3. Glantz broke one tackle and gained the yardage he needed. It was Norman finally on the tackle.
Well, you see the athleticism there of Nate Glantz. Tough to get to the ground. And on that scramble as well. Cortez did a great job of picking up the blitz, but still got knocked back into his quarterback.
We'll call it 3rd and 4. See the receivers. Little receiver shuffle going on. Caldwell still on the bench. Cortez Jones. Behind Glantz. Nate wants to throw. He wants the end zone. He's got a man. Crobath. Touchdown! Drew Crobath! And the Lions go on top. Great throw. Great catch. Lindenwood with 6.
When Glantz is protected and he can see it and step into the throw, he can put it on the money. They do a great job of identifying this, probably pre-snap, that he's going to have a one-on-one chance to Krobath in the corner of the end zone. Ty Leonard in coverage, has to run with him across the field one-on-one. That ball is out. The second he's out of his break, and a great job by Krobath to go and high point it and wall off the defender at the catch point.
Great catch by Drew. Great throw by Nate Glantz. Terrific protection. Big play for Lindenwood all the way around. And they break through into the end zone. For the point after, Cyber drills it. And the Lions go on top of the Redhawks 7-3. What a spectacular play.
And the second they hit that big play on the third down, outside of the run, the quarterback run that Dusty called, they were taking shots down the field. It's like a shark that smells blood in the water. They were taking shots at will against SEMO after they got that big play.
Let's see how the Redhawks respond when we return to Hunter Stadium in St. Charles, Missouri. 7-3, Lindenwood on top of the OVC on ESPN+. Ty Leonard back to receive for SEMO. Back there with Cole Rubble. Logan Seibert will kick it away right after he kicked the point after to put the Lindenwood Lions on top 7-3 on a very nice drive for Lindenwood. Rain's coming down a little bit harder.
Yep.
Rubble with the catch at the 10, tries to cut it out at the 15 to the 20. He's brought down there. Good tackle. And a pretty good return.
I think it's going to be pockets of rain like this throughout the afternoon. We saw one basically right at the opening kickoff that ended up resulting in a SEMO fumble on their first drive of the game. Now it's picked up a little here again as SEMO gets the football. The home field advantage is in effect.
One of their top receivers, Cam Pedro, in the slot on the left side. Keep an eye on him. DeLauren looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket, sets up, throws deep, has a man. It is incomplete. Terrific coverage on the play by Patrick.
That's a great job of Jaden Patrick to not commit a penalty there. The ball was thrown back to the inside shoulder. He was boxed out a little bit by the receiver, Wyatt, but he realized that the ball wasn't going to be caught. He was still right in his hip pocket. It's so easy to create contact and commit the foul there. Heady play by Patrick.
A fake handoff, and then a dump off in some open space. Here they go. One man to beat, and then cut from behind was Daryl Smith. What a terrific play as he flipped it to him out of the flats, and Strickland was there to save what might have been a touchdown run.
They sure had that thing set up, didn't they? Perfect call at a great time. Smith had nothing but green grass.
They'll try him again, this with a handoff. Another big hole opens up, and another first down for Daryl Smith.
Each of these offenses have done a nice job of using tempo. Look how quickly SEMO's going now.
The official said a little too quick, and we got a timeout.
And I love the use of the timeout here. With 5 minutes to go in the half, timeouts aren't as valuable in the first half as they are in the second half, obviously. SEMO just rolling right down the field in a driving rainstorm. Give your guys a chance to reset. Right on the edge of field goal range here. I think that's a good timeout called by Coach Stuker.
So SEMO went with Smith twice first, a little short pass and run, and then Smith again, the grad transfer, the grad student, I should say, and they really had that blocked beautifully.
They sure did, and oftentimes you can pop a big run after a big play because everybody's running down the field. People are a little discombobulated, and how do you get those big runs? Well, when somebody's not in their gap, that's when those big runs happen, and the likelihood of that when you're trying to get lined up after a big play is much greater.
See how they want to play it now. Wide to the left side. Smith is the running back with DeLauren. Anderson, the man in motion. Smith again. This time he's brought down from behind. It was Blaylock again.
And out of the timeout, Lindenwood's defense immediately responds. With Simo sort of rolling down the field, leaning on Lindenwood's front seven. Get a chance to get some water in you, reset, get the emotions raised again for Lindenwood, get the energy back up, and they're able to get a run stop.
2nd and 8. Trip to the left side. Give to Smith. Stacked up in the interior line. Nice gain, though, 4 yards or so. Willing to bruise his way forward.
It's a good tackle there by Vincent King. He's the conference leader in tackles this season. Norman's a great one. Senior for SEMO, we called his name a bunch. Vincent King, though, is really good in his own right.
He'll get 100 tackles before this season's over. Third and 5. They're going to go to Smith again. Oh, he's stacked up at the line. Huge play.
Zach Lewis, one of the backup linebackers for Lindenwood, has been forced into action with the cluster injuries that Lindenwood has suffered at that position, and he comes up massive. SEMO sticking with their RPO game. Lindenwood has numbers outside, so SEMO likes the odds to run it inside, but Lindenwood up to the task.
Now 4th and 5. It'll be a 47-yard attempt in the rain. The kick is up. It's high enough. Is it long enough? It is good. That's a tremendous field goal. 47 yards, and it's a 7-6 football game.
How good has DC Pippin been in this game? 2 45-plus yard field goals in the rain in November. The senior from Springfield, Illinois, has been fantastic.
Good ball game here. Based on history, you would have expected it to be more of a shootout, but the defenses have really stood up.
They have been, and the weather has dictated that a little bit. And I think it hurts SEMO to some degree. Lindenwood, of course, with the OVC best ground game. SEMO loves to put the ball in the air. They're a very explosive offense, but a lot of those passes are around the line of scrimmage. So they can still throw the ball in these elements, but you wonder if on some of these RPOs, Paxton has maybe handed it if he's not completely sure, just because of the elements.
Rico Bond and Steve Hall back to receive. The Red Hawks kick and deep and through the end zone. Seven 6 our score with 3 minutes and 7 seconds left.
This is situational football here if you're the Lindenwood offense. We have seen them have really poor 4 minutes into the half, and we've seen them flip games in their favor going into the half. You're up a point against your conference rival and the number 6 team in the nation at the FCS level. Even if you don't get points here, it is important to manage the clock on this drive and limit SEMO's chances on offense if they do get another possession.
Jeff Caldwell back in there. He'd been banged up a couple of series ago. He's back in there wide to the left side to give the handoff straight ahead to Robert Giammo. He works his way outside, got close to the 30-yard line, and a gain of 5.
Good patient running by Robert there. Waited for the hole to develop. Lindenwood did a nice job of sort of gaining the edge. SEMO strung it out, but Robert able to pop through the hole for 5.
2nd and 5. Giammo averages 5.5 yards a carry. Nate Glantz showing some patience, looking for a clue, gives it to Giammo, turns the corner, driving those legs, pickup of close to 4 yards. He'll be just shy of the first down.
So if we can get a replay on this, I want to point out a difference, a wrinkle in this run game that Lindenwood has added with the two tight end set. If you notice the split of Darren Fugate, the tight end, where they're running that football, he's split out probably an entire person wide of the tackle. Look, you can't even see him in the picture. And they're going to run right between that hole there. What he's doing is with that 3-4 defense, SEMO has rules of where that overhang linebacker can line up. He has to line up over Darren. So by splitting him farther out, it creates a bigger hole for Robert Giamo to run through.
2-minute timeout, 7-6, Lindenwood. Going to try and drive and in the half positively. It's OVC football right here on ESPN+. Lions bring it out again. They got about 18 inches to get the first down. Third and very short. Anthony goes in motion. You saw a moment ago those stats on third down conversions. Lindenwood 4 of 7. They'll try and go 5 of 8 here. Give to Steve Hall. He's got the first down. He's got running room. Steve's got one man to beat. Hits a foot race. Hall heads for the corner. 10-5. Finally tripped up at about the 7. Whoa, what a run by Steve Hall on the Jerry Rice watch list. And guess what? We're watching.
Another long one for number 22. Sets Lindenwood up with a chance to go up by multiple scores. So often on short yardage, you're so preoccupied with stopping them from gaining 18 inches, as you put it, Rammer, that everybody's up at the line of scrimmage. So once he's able to burst through the line, there's nobody back there to tackle him. Now it's SEMO taking a timeout on the defensive end. They want to reset, and I think that's a good call.
Yep. Boy, great blocking. We'll get another look at that play, and that thing really opened up for Steve, didn't it?
It sure did. It didn't get touched on his way through the line, and you knew Lindenwood was not going to put it in the air in that situation, but that's phenomenal.
Great blocking.
The left guard, Monasir, makes the block that springs Hall because he takes his man that was in that gap and puts him on the turf. Really nice reach block from Ethan Johnson, the center, as well, and he's able to take it all the way down the field. And really good effort play on the back end of it, though, by Johnson to hawk down the quick freshman to give this defense a chance to hold Lindenwood to 3. Those effort plays are underrated.
First and 10, or first and goal from the 9. Steve Hall, the running back. Steve wants to take it again. Just across the line of scrimmage, he's stacked up. That was well defended. Casey on the tackle. He was the first of several Red Hawks in there.
And like Lindenwood, the possession before, SEMO has a chance to catch their breath, reset a little bit. They come out and make a really nice run stop. I'm a little curious as to why SEMO didn't call another timeout there to preserve some time for their offense.
Second and goal from the 8. Caldwell to the left side. Hall, the running back. Glantz wants to throw. Men down in the end zone. We're going to have flags as they took Caldwell down. Glantz saw that, Zach, and that's why he made that throw.
He was really the primary read. Jeff Caldwell running the back line. I'm sure the defensive back, it looked like Johnson, Justice Johnson in coverage, knew that. He saw that he was beat and tackled Caldwell. It was intentional. Lindenwood was going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, take another look at that. And everybody did, once Johnson was beat, everybody did what they were supposed to do, right?
You'll see him running the back line here, and yeah, that is a takedown. WWE level.
Hall remains behind Glantz. Caldwell in motion. The give to Hall. Got a block. Legs churning. Getting close and thrown down. He got inside the 5. We'll see where they actually mark it. Malai Walton on the tackle.
Pulled around the center. Ethan Johnson got him moving downhill. It was pretty well blocked up, but give SEMO credit, man. That was some tough run defense there. This clock's moving.
From the 4. Hall behind a lead block. He got blasted, waylaid by Brown. He tackled him high, took him down hard. Another short gain. It'll be 3rd and goal.
This has been just outstanding effort from the front 7 of SEMO here these last couple of downs.
Lindenwood calls a timeout.
And that's not easy. Whenever you've got, 1st, 2nd, and goal, and then you commit a defensive penalty, it's sort of a half the distance situation and a fresh set of downs. That's tough to get over your mental, your psyche, but they have just gone to work, and now they've put Lindenwood in a really tough situation here.
But as you said before, as this drive began, don't give the ball back, get positive yardage. Now, no matter what you get out of this, you've really accomplished. Of course, now you get like this point, you get really greedy.
Yeah, sure. You'd like the second that haul run happens, you think, oh man, 14-6 sure would be nice. But you're right. They've already done what they set out to accomplish on this drive. The question now is, against the conference's best red zone defense, our key to the game, can you finish these drives?
The 5'9" freshman Hall stays in there. The pistol. Caldwell left. Oh, Caldwell on a little pitch leaps a tackler and into the end zone for 6. Jeff Caldwell, a hop, skip, and a jump into the end zone. He came in motion, and sure enough, he was the man.
This is why sticking with the run game is so important. They've brought Caldwell in motion several times throughout this first half. They did on that 2nd down play and gave it to Steve Hall. That forces SEMO to respect the run, even if they're stopping it, so that way when you do decide to pitch it to Caldwell, you give him every chance at success. And he had an easy walk into the end zone.
And Logan Seibert drills the point after. It's 14-6. Terrific drive by the Lindenwood Lions.
Impeccably managed. You're able to go down, get 7 points. You've left no time for SEMO. This is, as long as you can defend the kick, a kneel-down situation in this rain. Just expertly done by Dusty Avorka for drawing it up, but give this offense, definitely this offensive line, credit for executing.
10th touchdown of the year for Jeff Caldwell. And he is a marked man. For him to have that kind of production when he is the number 1 guy on the defensive assignments, and number 1, Caldwell, scores again.
It's a great point by you, Rammer, because it's one thing to do it when you're the hunter. He's been the hunted for the better part of probably 2 years now. Every Monday morning meeting, they are circling number 1 and saying, we can't let this guy beat us, and yet he continues to find a way to do so.
Yeah, amazing receiver and runner, as you saw right there. So Seibert to kick it off. Smith and Rubble to return it. On the ground, it's Smith at his own 14, and he is absolutely drilled on the play. Brought down by Jaden Johnson. Man, what a crushing tackle.
He's having some half.
Ten seconds as DeLaurent brings them out. They remain with Darrell Smith as their running back in the kneel down formation. And there we go. Strong finish. This game, many of us, I think, thought Zach figured to be set up to be a shootout kind of game. And that last drive by Lindenwood belies the fact that the defenses have been stout.
No question about it. This has turned into a brawl. It's been aptly named.
We'll be right back with our halftime activities here at Hunter Stadium in a moment. Lindenwood on top of number 6 SEMO, 14-6. It's the OVC on ESPN+. Welcome back to Hunter Stadium. And it's time to take a look at our Ohio Valley Conference news and notes. Zach?
Our halftime recaps presented by United Fidelity Bank. United Fidelity Bank serving their community since 1914. Well, what sticks out to me, Rammer, has been Lindenwood's defense. Both defenses have played really good football in this game, but Lindenwood's ability to stop SEMO on the rush has really slowed down that RPO game. And I think because of the elements, you're seeing the quarterback, Paxton DeLaurent, and this entire passing game has been slowed down a little bit because of the elements. Lindenwood, on the other hand, they are doing their thing on the ground. They've popped a couple of big runs, none bigger than the Steve Hall run to set up the second touchdown of the game by Jeff Caldwell. Another stat that does not show up there, Rammer, that we saw on the lower third earlier on in the game has been Lindenwood's ability to get off the field on third down. They've really struggled with that the last couple weeks. Great turnaround here today so far.
As we get into the home stretch of the Ohio Valley Conference, let's take a look at our news and notes. And you will see that Eastern Illinois sophomore running back MJ Flowers, we saw him. He's a good one. Offensive Player of the Week, 280 all-purpose yards, 194 of those on the ground. Also, 3 passes caught for 86 yards. UT Martin ranked once again. So 2 Valley teams in the rankings. They're at number 19. And finally, quarterback today for SEMO, DeLaurent, he is a finalist. The quarterback is for the Doris Robinson Scholar Athlete Award, one of 13 national finalists for that prestigious award. Great job there. Now let's look at our standings. The Big South OVC standings. And you can see why this is an important game for both. Look, SEMO, they're getting ready for postseason, and they want to remain undefeated in the league. They've won 7 games in a row, Zach, and Lindenwood right dead in the middle of the league, and they want to earn a right to say we're a top half of the league squad.
This was a team in Lindenwood that was picked to finish towards the bottom of the conference. They're right in the middle of the pack with a chance to make big waves in the conference. If this score holds, of course, a lot of football left to be played. And at the top, SEMO and UT Martin have already played. Remember, SEMO beat UT Martin in that thrilling overtime game earlier this season.
Yeah, and there you see the coach's poll, and you saw where SEMO was, and you take a look at the polls. UT Martin there at 22. So terrific work by the Ohio Valley Conference. They've merged some football teams and to make themselves stronger, and it's obviously paying off. 14-6 here at halftime. Lindenwood at home at Hunter Stadium against Southeast Missouri. We'll be back with more and get you ready for the second half in a moment. It's Ohio Valley Conference football on ESPN+. Back at Hunter Stadium on the campus of Lindenwood University, where the Lions lead number 6 Southeast Missouri 14-6. Let's take a look at our highlights, Zach, and see just how we got to this score at halftime.
Well, it has been an exciting first half of football despite just 20 points being scored. Don't let that fool you. We've had some game-changing plays, and it started on the first series from scrimmage. Lindenwood able to force the big first momentum-changing play of the game, but then SEMO claimed the momentum right back. I think it was big number 95, Sam Keeper, there with the field goal block. DC Pippin added a couple of field goals for SEMO. He was big. That one there from the left hash. This was the first Lindenwood turnover of the game. A phenomenal interception made with one hand by Riddick, but Glantz was able to rebound. This is a beautiful touchdown pass on the corner throw to Drew Crobath that gave Lindenwood the lead. There's the second of the DC Pippin field goals, and this the final score before half. Jeff Caldwell on the sweep.
That's a look at those highlights. Caldwell with a great play, and all set up by a long run by Steve Hall. 14-6, our score at the half. We'll have the second half coming your way next. Ohio Valley Conference football on ESPN+. Welcome back to Hunter Stadium at the Lindenwood University campus right here in St. Charles, Missouri, about 175 miles north of Southeast Missouri, and that's why this is a rivalry game. Let's take it down to the sidelines. Jacob Stanek is standing by.
Thank you, Bob. Got a chance to talk with Jed Stugart coming out of the locker room, and I asked him about what he saw from his defense. The past few weeks, they've had a lot of struggles defensively, and today he said that they responded very, very well. They've had a lot of adversity and a lot of disrespect, and they took it to heart, and they showed that in this first half. He also said that one of the things that he likes to see a lot is the complementary football between his offense and his defense, and they are seeing that so far in this game, and he wants to see them close this one out as well. And that's what Winters said. He said is they know how to finish out games, and now they're looking to finish it out today. Bob, Zach?
Great stuff. Thank you, Jacob. So the defense, and you've seen every game, Zach, the defense has been under fire. And for each level of the defense to stand up and play well through a half is great. But now you've got a SEMO team, you know they're mad as hornets.
This is a team in Lindenwood that has won games in multiple ways. The defense really carried this team through the month of September. Remember, Lindenwood hasn't had a bye yet this year. I think this defense has gotten worn down a little bit with injuries and as the season has gone on, but clearly they have played with the same energy they did on opening kickoff against Kansas, and it has really showed.
And back into the end zone, Blaylock. And the Lions will take over. So technically, they didn't go right to the half, but to score late and get the ball right back again, these are often the momentum breakers in a game. Not always, but you've got the opportunity to do it, right?
No question. And we talked about it on the broadcast before. The last four in the first four. Lindenwood has a chance to really turn this game in their favor if they can go on a drive here. This is a very important drive for SEMO defensively.
Steve Hall is the running back. Krobath in motion. Give to Hall. Gets a good block to open things up. Stacked up nicely by the linebackers, and he gains 4 on the play. They swarm Steve Hall. He's a freshman, but he has really earned the recognition he's getting all over the Ohio Valley Conference.
It was a good push by that offensive line, too. SEMO had it plugged up pretty good, but Steve and that offensive line, they were just able to push the pile for 4.
2nd and 6. Caldwell wide to the right side. Fake. They find Caldwell. Gained a couple. He was hit right away. He'll be short of the first down. Dagre is in on the play. Just missed getting across. Had no yards after the catch, so it'll be 3rd and a short 1.
It's another run-pass option. They have the handoff opportunity, but again, we said earlier in the game, Jeff caught one on a similar hitch, probably the same play on the far side of the field. They will take that one-on-one every single time.
Caldwell wide left, Krobath wide right. Double tight ends, Krobath in motion. Give to Hall. There's no hole. He's trying to bull his way through. He does. Gets the first down across the 40 to the 41. That is big-time running by Steve Hall. Riddick on the tackle.
It's a good job by SEMO's front 4 initially. They get penetration through the Lindenwood offensive line, but as you mentioned, the vision, the patience of Steve Hall to cut this back against the grain on that wide zone play that they've had so much success on this year. So tough to stop. Steve's able to find the hole and move the sticks.
1st and 10 from the 42. They gave him an extra yard falling forward. 1st and 10. Caldwell in motion. Fake the handoff. Nice block by Hall. Pocket breaks down. Glance on the keeper. Little stutter step across midfield. Close but short of the first down to the 49. Henderson on the tackle.
Great job by Nate Glantz. He hung in the pocket that time. Sometimes he can get his eyes down a little early and vacate the pocket a little too quickly, in my opinion. That time he kept his eyes downfield until it broke down, then made the smart decision to go get 9. Fantastic run once it broke down the field.
Glantz looks back and says something to Steve Hall. Says, I'm going to give it to you again, big boy. Spins inside, gained maybe a yard before he's thrown back. That was a Red Hawk brick wall. Cook on the tackle.
It's all he needed, though, and they are able to move the sticks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes
he got enough.
On these 2nd and 1s, you view it as a little bit of a free play because you feel as though you could come back and run it on 3rd and 1. Oftentimes, coordinators will like to take a shot. Dusty has not been messing around today, and I think with the elements, this style of game, that's the right call. Quads to the top of the formation.
Glantz by himself. Fakes the handoff. Oh, he ran over an offensive lineman and tripped up and fell down. A complicated play that got complicated as Montesir fell down, and it's a 2-yard loss, It'll be 2nd and 12.
I think if Monastir is able to keep his feet here, it looked as though Glantz had some space to run. Oftentimes when you see a lineman falling like that, it's not because they were pushed over by a defensive lineman, it's that they got their feet tangled up with somebody else on the offensive line. That can be a real frustrating thing if you're a guard.
Trips left, Caldwell right. Hall, the running back, takes the handoff, runs into more heavy traffic. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, not much more. Malai Walton on the tackle. And what looked like a really promising drive has stagnated near midfield.
Now it looks like they've got a lineman hurt as well. That looks like the right tackle.
Hall is limping off as well.
Cameron Cooper got off.
Yep, and Hall limped off under his own power. Giamo in. Abe Hare wide to the right side. Proboth in the slot on the right side. They look to throw. Glantz in trouble. Escapes the tackle for loss, but then falls forward to the 45. And SEMO has really turned up the defensive heat. Cook on that tackle.
Well, Cook knows that he's got a new right tackle into the game. Gavin Hewlett had come in to replace the injured Cooper, and he's able to take advantage, just throws Hewlett out of his way and is able to go get the sack. Great job there by SEMO defensively. After giving up a couple of first downs, they're able to stabilize and get the ball back to their offense.
Patrick Turner angles one towards the corner, caught at the 10. Oh, and a big tackle. Big time tackle.
My, oh my. That's Aaron Ness, I believe, that took him down. Mainstay on this team. He's followed this program from the Division II level to the Division I level. Where's number 55, a senior for them, does a lot of work on special teams and makes a big play there.
We'll take a quick break. 14-6. SEMO gets a chance to get this one tighter when they come back. It's the OBC on ESPN+. Number 6, Southeast Missouri looks to climb right back into this game. Darrell Smith is the running back. DeLaurent wants to throw. Toward the sideline, has a man. It is incomplete. He was looking for Cam Pedro. As the rain continues to fall. Very light rain, but steady.
I think you can attribute the elements for that as well. Normally that's a ball that they've hit so far this season, and Pedro had it on his way to the ground, just couldn't secure it as he slid across the Hunter Stadium turf.
2nd and 10, give straight ahead. Crowd moves forward. Darrell Smith picks up several.
Brought down by Kobe McClendon there. And that's something, Lindenwood, it's been such a night and day difference from last weekend in Cookeville with this defense. Even if they were able to make contact a couple yards close to the line, to the original line of scrimmage, they were just getting pushed back so much farther after contact. That has not happened today.
DeLaurent wants to throw, 3rd and 10 to the sideline. It's complete, and they run Tristan Smith out of bounds. Jaden Patrick on the coverage.
Boy, how
Big
many
time.
times has SEMO ended a drive on a completion just short of the sticks? To me, a lot of that's on the receivers. You have to get depth and make sure that you're catching that ball beyond the sticks. It's the 3rd time it's happened to the Redhawks in this game. And inside, well, you're not, now you're on your 20, but even if it was 4th and 1, boy, it's awfully tough to roll those dice.
Man in motion. No trickery there. Playing it straight. Fair catch called for and made. Nicely done. Good job by Taylor Blaylock. Lindenwood with great field position, Zach. We'll take a quick break. 14-6, Lindenwood on top of number 6, Southeast Missouri. It's the OVC on ESPN+. The defensive struggle continues in the rain at Hunter Stadium at Lindenwood University. The Lions take over at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Cortez Jones, the running back. He'll get this series. They fake the handoff. Glantz in trouble. Throws and completes it on the sideline. And we've got flags. John Anthony made the catch. Got roughed up a little bit.
Bad mistake by Simo. It's going to cost him 15 yards. You can't do the pile drive, the suplex move where you pick him up and drive him into the ground.
Sophomore John Anthony, while they're hashing this out, has really come on late in this season.
He's done a really good job of continuing to work hard. He's gotten himself into that rotation. It's a tough rotation to crack, especially with Lindenwood playing 2 tight ends a lot of the time.
Personal foul. Take a look, you'll see the foul as Lindenwood gets that first down and chains move, and there's the look.
Nate pumped a couple times and thought he was going to throw this into the bench. He does find Anthony, who double clutches it. You're fine there. He's already stepped out of bounds, though, and even if he was in bounds, you can't do that. Now, he does do a good job on this replay. You see him put his arms down. He doesn't put the weight on top of the defender.
Cortez Jones in the backfield, takes the handoff, slips 1, 2, 3 tackles across the 30, down to the 26-yard line. Good, strong running by Cortez Jones.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the first half, but I think number 0 is going to have an advantage in this game, especially as it goes on. He's a tough guy to grab onto and hold on to. That's made even tougher with the conditions.
Keeper by Glantz, this time on a great fake. He's going to bust it open. Nate Glantz into the end zone, and the Lions score 6. They bid on the fake, Zach. He faked it to Jones. They were ready for Cortez. They were not ready for Nate Glantz.
And what a burst shown by number 18. That is why he was a JUCO Player of the Year and recruited to a Power 4 school in Iowa State. Now at Lindenwood, and obviously Dusty Avorka and staff are happy to have him. You could tell that he saw that he had a crease the second he pulled that ball, wasted no time getting downhill, and it was a dead sprint into the end zone.
High snap. Logan Seibert says, no problem. And the Lions score their 3rd touchdown and go up 21-6 over the number 6 ranked team in the nation, Southeast Missouri. The Red Hawks will get a chance to answer when we come back. 21-6, Lindenwood on top. This is the OVC on ESPN+. Steady rain, actually a pretty hard rain coming down now at Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri, and it's probably going to rain the rest of the way. But when you're at home, spend less and stream more sports with this special offer. Get an annual ESPN Plus subscription for the price of 9 months. And today, if you're not here, it's a good crowd, by the way. But today'd be a nice one to be at home watching, wrapped in a blanket. Here's the big play.
You can see Glantz eyed that crease on the keep immediately.
And Darren Fugit really engaged the linebacker there.
That's a great call because you don't pop those runs without perimeter blocking. The receivers, the tight ends, holding those blocks.
You don't have to pancake a guy, but just engage him.
Just get in their way. That's exactly right.
Seibert bounces one down the middle. They really are trying to protect against the long return. Let's see if it pays off again. Spinning with a nice play. Maybe got more than Lindenwood bargained for. Smith spun his way all the way to the 30-yard line. That was a great return.
Sure was. It's not easy to
with
predict
a wet football bouncing at you.
Able to catch it cleanly, get upfield, and make a move. I think that's the way that Lindenwood should probably manage the rest of this game, though, as the return is unfortunately going to be for naught. Penalty there on Simo will back them up, but there's really no need to put the football in the air off the kickoff with the weather, in my opinion. I would squib it down there the rest of the game.
21-6. You saw a shot of the home stands. Good crowd. Some folks going for cover. I got to tell you, when you're number 6 in the country, your fans really travel. The folks came up from Cape Girardeau, the home of the Red Hawks, and they came up and really enjoying the football here. They don't enjoy the score, however, and the Red Hawks are going to try and change that. Coming to throw right away. Catch made and immediately dropped was Cam Pedro. Patrick on the tackle.
Great instincts by Jaden Patrick. This is an Ohio concept. One of the oldest in the book. You're going to take the number 1 wide receiver, run him vertical, run the out behind it. You're reading the quarterback's eyes. As soon as he sees the hands part, Patrick drives on that football and makes a nice hit.
Delarn all alone in the backfield now. Smith comes back to join him. 2nd and 5 from the 25. Another drop to throw. Wants big yardage and does not get it. Terrific coverage by the DBs. Blaylock, the main guy there.
They've done a great job of just forcing a perfect throw to beat them. So often, you can complete it, but it's going to have to be a perfect throw. That time, Lindenwood was able to get some pressure. Eric Inama, the defensive coordinator, bringing out the blitz. They're selective in when they decide to bring more than 4, but that time Vincent King looped around. I think they had Strickland come as well, and that made the pocket a little bit muddy for Paxton DeLorean.
3rd and 5. SEMO desperate to convert here. They have not been good today on 3rd down conversions. Broken up again. What a play by Blaylock. They broke it up.
And they brought the heat again. That was 2 downs in a row on 2nd and medium and then 3rd and medium. You're going to have one-on-one matchups if you're SEMO. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments they make on the sideline if they want to try to take some shots down the field as this game goes on.
4th and 5. Talon Blaylock back to receive the punt in the rain. This one takes a nosedive and a SEMO bounce, but it's going to roll to the 34, and that's where Lindenwood will take over in decent field position.
Just can't say enough about how Lindenwood's defense has turned around their performance from week to week against another top 10 team in the country after giving up 52 on the road a week ago in Cookeville. It has just been night and day, and they have played phenomenal in this game.
Yeah. There's a long, long way to go in this one, Clock.
Absolutely.
But to this point, it's been a dramatic turnaround. Robert Giammo is the running back for this series. Caldwell's wide to the right side. Giammo, little hezzy move, hesitation, big gain across the 45. Give him 7 yards on the play. Brought down by Malai Walton.
Lindenwood has already rushed for 152 yards in this game before that 7-yard run by the back. SEMO's defense had only been giving up about 110 rushing yards per game on average.
Yeah. 3 receivers left. Abe Hare in motion. Oh, big blitz and a fumble, and SEMO takes over. Just when you thought you were in control, the turnover department rears its ugly head, but SEMO says this is a beautiful play. Take a look. Big hit. Set it up.
McCoy Casey comes around the far side, and he doesn't ever get touched by the left tackle, Gareth Warren. Lindenwood has trouble sorting it out. McCoy Casey does a great job of tackling the football, and SEMO jumps on it. We mentioned that was one of the keys to the game for SEMO defensively. They're third in the conference in sacks, up from last place in the conference a season ago. They do a much better job of putting pressure on the quarterback. We've seen it play out in this game. Norman's flown in for a couple of sacks, and that time they're able to come from the blind side of Nate Glantz and knock the football out. Just the play this offense needed to turn the momentum in their favor.
Does it change the momentum of the game? Can they make it pay off? Taking the shot downfield as you predicted. It's caught! It's caught! What a play by Tristan Smith and a great throw. You called it earlier.
Big play off the turnover as well, and now they'll want to go fast. Let your 6'5" wide receiver Smith go up and out jump the defensive back Trey Bell.
And it's going to be a keeper. DeLaurent stacked up short of the end zone, or is he in? Let's see. It is a touchdown. The Redhawks come roaring back.
And in just a couple of plays, this game has completely flipped on its head. Opportunistic are the Redhawks. There's the big pass play that sets up the touchdown run by DeLaurent. They're just running a post, one-on-one. Trey Bell in coverage. That's a big ask for the corner against a 6'5" wide receiver.
They want to go for two here, Zach.
That'll make it a touchdown game. It looks as though they're going to take a timeout. Play clock's at 0, so unless they're resetting it. And they reset the play clock there. Big play in this game.
Smith is the running back. He goes in motion. DeLaurent wants to throw. Tons of time. Broken up. And picked off. No. But broken up nonetheless.
It was nearly caught.
It was nearly caught.
Gant would have probably been better served to just let the football hit the ground. He tried to reel it in and actually brought the receiver back into the play off the tipped ball. There you get the look at the touchdown. Great fight by DeLaurent. Great nose for the end zone by number 10, who's large in stature himself, 6'5", 229 pounds. But a big play there by Lindenwood to keep this a two-possession football game. If you kick the extra point there, you will need the two-pointer later on. So analytics say you're always better served to do that earlier on in the ball game because then you know what you need. Later on, you have more information. But Lindenwood able to keep them out of the end zone on the 2-point. Changes the outlook of this game just a little bit.
Steady rain falls here at Lindenwood. DC Pippin boots it high and deep, and they're going to let it go. And Lindenwood will take over. Survived what could have been a disastrous turn of events. Still not great, but they avoided disaster, I think, Zach, as you take a look.
Here's the 2-point play. DeLaurent tries to throw it over the middle. It's Waller, and it looked like Strickland in there as well. Gant tried to bring it back in and actually tipped it up to the tight end, who was nearly able to hold on to it. It had hit the turf, though, before he was able to secure it.
See how the Lions handle the pressure now. Steve Hall takes the handoff, stacked up, coming over the left side for a short gain.
Great penetration by Brown. Number 91 got in there and grabbed the ankles of Steve Hall, and they held up well on the left side of the formation as well.
So talk about strategy. Talk about, well, with this kind of rain and slick field, probably going to try and run it. SEMO knows that, and they're going to keep coming.
And they're energized now. After the turnover they were able to force, they feel like they're in this thing, and they've been totally re-energized.
Hall again got a lead block, slips a block of his own, back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Great defense by the Redhawks.
So much of rush defense is energy, tenacity, effort, and you're seeing the front seven of this Redhawks defense feed off the momentum change. They're playing great complementary football, and now this pass rush on 3rd and pass is going to get a chance to pin its ears back.
Reese Thomas in for Darren Fugit. Abe Hare, the lone tight end, and he split wide to the right side. We've seen him come up with some big plays. Here comes the pressure. He's throwing long. He has Kroboth. They might get a flag. They do. They might get a flag. They do. Leonard got caught trying to slow down Kroboth.
SEMO brought 5. They bring the linebacker Norman. Call by the lead referee. They're going to run what I'm used to calling a slot go, a slot fade. They run Kroboth from the slot on a go route, single coverage. There you see the extra linebacker brought there. That time it was not Norman. Apologies. It was the inside linebacker, Pedraza. But Lindenwood able to take a shot one-on-one and contact down the field because the corner, Ty Leonard, was beat on the play. Never got his head around, and when you get panicked, that's when you can make that contact and commit that foul.
1st and 10 from the 42. Steve Hall ran into heavy traffic, falls forward, gain of 3. It was Norman again on the tackle.
I love the effort, though, that this front 7 for SEMO has been playing with on this drive. That's 3 runs on this drive. Neither of them have gained more than 2 or 3 yards.
They give Hall 2, 2nd and 8. Tough going against an energized SEMO defense.
You got 3 for 2 on the far side of the field here.
Fugit tight on the right side. Hall behind a lead block, gets close to the 50-yard line. Nice gain, but it'll be a 3rd and nearly 4. Townsend on the tackle.
Really nice tackle by Townsend to force 3rd down. If Hall's able to fall forward even a little bit, he might get the 1st down, but Townsend just chopped his lower half right down.
3rd and 3.
Whole playbook is at your disposal, I think.
Caldwell and Kroboth to the right side. Tight end Abe Hare tight on the right side. Now Kroboth goes in motion. The give to Hall, that was well read. He had nowhere to go. Tried to cut it back and the defense smothered him. And a loss on the play. Casey, the main man there.
McCoy Casey is changing the momentum of this game and changing the outcome potentially of this game here in this 3rd quarter. The big strip sack on the previous possession, and now on 3rd and 3, able to get around the offensive line for Lindenwood, penetrate, and bring down Hall in the backfield for a loss. Huge play by number 4.
Patrick Turner on for the kick. Wyatt back to receive it. He's going to let it bounce. Turner got a little bit of a roll out of it as he crossed the 10. Well, the defense of Lindenwood that had been so good in the first half really has to step up now. They got burnt on a long play that ended up costing them 6. Now they've got to stand tall again.
Off the sudden change, the SEMO offense, you could feel these units are playing off of each other now. SEMO needed that one play to energize that sideline and get them back into this football game. They got it with the strip sack by Casey. Immediately the Red Hawks were able to take advantage of the sudden change and score. Now they've gotten another stop from their defense and will have to drive the length of the field.
Paxton DeLaurent brings him out. A 6'5 senior. Darrell Smith is his running back. He wants to throw again. Steps up across the middle. It's complete, 1st down and more. Complete to Cam Pedro, still on his feet. And across the 40 to the 41 or 2. We'll see where they mark it. Terrific play by Cam Pedro. Gant on the tackle.
Lindenwood went with man coverage, single high. It's something they've shown quite a bit in this game. We mentioned it a couple series ago. They're going to have some one-on-one opportunities, and SEMO's drawing up the man beaters right now.
Red Hawks are really feeling it. Handoff, give ahead to Smith. Short gain across the 40. McClendon on the tackle.
You're able to go from inside your own 20 to outside your own 40. I mean, ball's near midfield here in just a couple of plays. So that first play, great to get the drive going.
Second and 7. He wants to throw again. DeLaurent has some time, throws for the sideline, has a man, and is there going to be a flag? No, they want a flag on the other side. They want a flag on the other side. Gant covering Pedro. Gant, tight coverage.
Tell you what, I don't totally blame the Red Hawks fans across from us here, because Gant never got his head around and came down with the right arm a little early on the Red Hawks receiver.
Big play for the Lindenwood defense here, Zach. 3rd and 7. Can you slow them down? Pedro in motion. He's one of their main targets. DeLaurent to keep. Fakes. He's hit at the 40, and at the 41 he's dropped. Gain of about 2 feet on the play, and it's 4th down. Sanjay Strickland in on the play. That's huge.
Great coverage by Lindenwood down the field. Takes away the deep post. Gant had it cut off. And Simo is going to have to kick in all likelihood to begin this 4th quarter. Look how fired up Lindenwood is.
Here are the Lindenwood Lions, feeling the momentum change back to their side of the field. Will it? We'll see when we come back for the 4th quarter. 21-12 in a great ball game in the rain in St. Charles, Missouri. It's the OVC on ESPN+. Down on the sideline, Jacob Stanek with a special guest.
Thank you, Bob. Today we are joined by special guest coach today, Miles Medford. Miles, how has the coaching experience been for you today?
Good.
Is this something you think you will continue to pursue following today?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Miles. How has it been? How does it feel to you being able to coach your dad's former school?
We're just...
Wow.
I don't know.
Unbelievable. The censors are having to bleep a kid. Wow. That's crazy. He's right out of the locker room. Fair catch called for and made by Lindenwood, and they'll take over. So now you want to grind, but you can't give it up and give up good field position. The clock is a long, long way to go, but this can be one of those drives to set up the rest of the quarter, right?
No question about it. You can take control of this game if you can have a really nice drive down the field here. If you're Lindenwood, again, a very important drive here for SEMO defensively. You go back to that 2-point conversion. It's changed the way that you have to manage this game on both sidelines here, because if you're SEMO, you need now a touchdown and a field goal.
Cortez Jones is the running back. Darren Fugate was in motion, tight on the left side. Give to Cortez. Bulls his way through a hole that really closed up. He made something out of nothing there for a couple of yards.
Red Hawks have done a great job defensively in this second half against that wide zone run by Lindenwood. They have been able to pop some big ones in this game, but really ever since that strip sack, Lindenwood's had a tough time running the football.
2nd and a long 8. Jeff Caldwell wide left, Darren Fugate wide right.
As you mentioned, Rammer, look at Lindenwood, no hurry, play clock 7.
Fake to Cortez Jones, keep to Glance, short gain, maybe a yard. Casey on the tackle.
Great job by this front 7. They are really keying in on the run and daring Lindenwood to throw the football. They're going to have to now. It is coming down.
3rd and 8.
What do you call here if you're Dusty Avorka? Forced to put the ball in the air, you would think, but with the elements, that's a tall ask.
None of the Lindenwood receivers wear gloves. Glance to throw, under duress, throws. Is it good? No, he couldn't hang on. Look for Caldwell, not a bad throw, but couldn't hang on in the rain. Degre with the tackle.
It's
or
that
the coverage, excuse me.
It's that same concept that Glantz threw the interception on back in the first half, that levels concept, the flood. You get 3 levels of the defense, and similar to the interception, I think if he's able to put it on Jeff's upfield shoulder, Jeff Caldwell has a step on the defender, but in these elements, tough to throw the football, and Glantz underthrew the pass by just a little bit.
Wyatt back to receive. Patrick Turner's punt for Lindenwood. Wyatt standing on his own 40. Spinning low line drive kick. Picked up at his 39 and then tackled at the 42. Good coverage by Lindenwood special teams, but also good field position for the Red Hawks.
Aaron Ness and Jared Rhodes with a couple of big plays on special teams. That was a massive hit.
21-12 Lindenwood. Simo trying to roar back into this one. We'll find out what happens next. It's the OVC on ESPN+. Tremendous Ohio Valley Conference football game here in St. Charles, Missouri. Looking to crawl back into this one. Roar back, actually. Nice breakup on the play. I believe that was Blaylock who broke up that short pass into the flats looking for Pedro.
Lindenwood has done such a much better job in the matchup this year against these run-pass options. In the previous 2 matchups, the Red Hawks pretty much took whatever they wanted on these short passes and screens off the RPO. That's why the score got out of hand. Lindenwood has really limited that today.
Back to throw again. DeLaurent wants the sideline. No catch. No catch. For a moment, I thought that Blaylock was going to try and jump that route, but he was underthrown.
Looking for his big 6'7" receiver, Dorian Anderson. Tough to overthrow him, but you can underthrow him. But it's understandable. We've seen both of these quarterbacks sort of do that all day.
The rain's let up a little bit. Back to a drizzle, if you will.
Where's the one-on-one? Got to see if you can find that.
That's what he's looking for right now. DeLaurent has plenty of time, and it's caught on a first down. Too much time.
Outstanding pass protection for Paxton there to just survey the field and wait for one of those big-bodied wide receivers to get open and move the sticks. That was their first 3rd down conversion today.
1 of 8 now. Inside handoff, driving forward. 5-yard gain on the play by Darrell Smith, brought down by Gant.
And now you're at a position on the field where you might be entering 4-down territory as well.
2nd and 6. DeLaurent wants to keep and throw, and that's going to be a flag, I believe. No flag. Oh, my. I thought Wesley grabbed him and threw him.
Well, the far side official, I think it's the side judge on the far side, said that it was uncatchable. Made the motion over his head that it was uncatchable. And that was why there wasn't a flag thrown, because there was absolutely contact made by Jalen Wesley. No question about that, Rammer.
Here's the play. 3rd and 6. Throws it across and through the hands. Not only would that have been a first down, Tristan Smith had wide open green all the way to the end zone, and it went through his hands. Oh, my.
Lindenwood brought pressure, got a free runner, but that was a touchdown. DeLaurent put it right on the money. There was nobody within 10 yards of Smith on either side. He would have just walked up the hash mark into the end zone. That is tough if you're Simo.
Taylor Blaylock back to receive the punt. He's at his own 7. Good snap, short kick. They'll let it drop, and it takes a sideways bounce, and Lindenwood will take over. Still tons of time in this game. Who can regain control?
Get another look at that third down. King able to get pressure on DeLaurent, who stands in there and delivers a BB right on the money.
Tristan Smith will have nightmares. We'll be back in a moment. 21-12 Lindenwood leading number 6 SEMO on ESPN+. Back at Lindenwood University, let's take a look at our upcoming schedules presented by Sunbelt Bakery, the tastiest flavors under the sun. And Zach Zook, to me, the relevant thing here is you see only one loss on the schedule for SEMO. That was in Las Cruces against New Mexico State. And they were hoping to run the table the rest of the way. They are being challenged on that right now. You see Lindenwood only has one more left.
Right. Yep, Lindenwood's finally going to get their bye week at the conclusion of this game here, and then they'll finish up with a tough road game against Tennessee Martin.
Robert Giammo, the veteran running back, is in there with Nate Glantz. That's Darren Fugit, the tight end, moving to the left side. The give to Giammo. Nice cutback. Linebackers read that cut well. He got out to the 25, so a gain of only about a yard. Norman Conquest. Again, he is everywhere, Zach.
He sure is. I mean, what a player. Giammo, I don't think, thought he was down. Goes as a gain of just about a yard or two. Again, SEMO has done an excellent job in this second half of winning first and second down.
Second and a long 8. Nate Glantz looks over.
No need to snap the football with more than 10 on the play clock if you're Lindenwood.
Giammo remains in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right side. Give to Robert Giammo. Got a lead block, but it collapsed around him. And a good swarm tackling play by Southeast Missouri. Very short gain, and 3rd and long now facing Lindenwood.
As much as you want to manage this game and keep it between the tackles, that time Lindenwood threw another pitch. That's the wide zone on the first down run. Let's see if Giammo was ever down here.
3rd and 7.
I don't think he was. But the forward progress was probably stopped. That time they tried to run the counter. SEMO was all over it, so Lindenwood's going to have to attack them differently.
Glantz in trouble. Can he keep it? He throws on the run. It's complete to the tight end, Fugit. First down plus. What a huge play across the 40 to the 44-yard line. A huge play created with Nate Glantz's legs and decision-making.
Fighting through the contact as well. You wonder why he's a team captain. Darren Fugit stepping up when it matters most. Really good pass protection this time by the offensive line. Glantz does a great job of keeping his eyes downfield. That is a massive 3rd down conversion for Lindenwood.
Terrific job, as you pointed out, by Darren Fugit. The veteran tight end, Lindenwood, first down, still in their own territory. Trying to grind this out. Oh, a big hit, as that play never really got going. It was again Norman.
Goodness.
Norman is as good as anyone we've seen this year.
I'm just glad both of those players were okay. We could hear the helmets pop from up here.
With our headphones on.
See the water splash. I mean, that was some old school football right there. And yeah, Norman's as good as it gets, and we knew that coming in. But he's been every bit as advertised.
2nd and 10. Fugit tight on the left side. 3 receivers to the right side. The give, Giammo. Slips 1 tackle and a second, but he's brought down at the 47 for a short gain of a couple. Again, Norman.
He's been in on just about every tackle, it seems, on these inside runs. He knows it's coming, and he's risen to the challenge. Puts Lindenwood in another 3rd and obvious pass. They're running some clock here with that 3rd down conversion by Fugit. That affords them to run close to 2 more minutes off the clock. But another chance for SEMO to get the ball back to their offense.
3rd and 7, Caldwell wide to the left side. Kroboth, slot right. Throwing long, throwing it up. It's a jump ball. It is broken up. Terrific coverage on the play by Degra. That was great one-on-one football. They were both battling for it, Zach.
Yeah, Chris is step for step with Jeff Caldwell, and you like the decision by Glantz. He sees one-on-one over there, puts the ball up in the air, lets your receiver go make a play for you, but Chris Degra is in great phase.
Could argue maybe a step underthrown, but that was a good play all the way around.
Simo brought the blitz on that play as well, forced Glantz to make the quick decision, which he did, but just great defense. Give credit to the Redhawks.
Patrick Turner will kick it away, looking for Wyatt. A bouncing football, takes a great bounce and continues to roll. It's going to go all the way to the 1-inch line. The 1-inch line. Patrick Turner, the Aussie magician.
Incredible. Right when they needed it most, and credit the coverage unit as well. That didn't even stop it at the 1. They weren't even happy with the 1. They let it roll all the way to the goal line.
We'll be back to see how Simo handles unbelievable field position. 21-12, Lindenwood leads number 6 Simo. This is the OBC on ESPN+. Well, the official drying off the football. He's going to put it down inches outside the goal line. What a punt from Patrick Turner, an unbelievable roll. DeLaurent wants to throw. He wants to throw to the sideline. Incomplete. They were looking for Tristan Smith. A lot of contact down the sideline, but no flags. Wesley on the coverage.
Yeah, I think there was more contact on the no call from the last possession. That was just good hand fighting and great coverage. Press man on a vertical is not easy, and that's not the first time we've seen Lindenwood come out in that look, and the team has tried to throw it down the field against them. Western Illinois tried the same thing on the same player, and Wesley rose to the occasion that time as well.
Football basically on the goal line. Looking to throw again, down the side, and he dropped it. He dropped it in double coverage. Tristan Smith had it. The second time a ball has gone through his hands today.
Yeah, he's having a tough afternoon. That was, again, just impeccably placed by DeLaurent. You couldn't throw a better football. Right over the corner, layered it under the safety, had just enough touch on it, while still beating the safety to the spot. A perfectly thrown football. Should have been a first down.
Defense can't rest. 3rd and 10. Rubel in the backfield. DeLaurent wants to throw. Flushed out. Still in his own end zone. Down the sideline. Overthrown. Overthrown. Incomplete. And they'll kick it away from their own end zone. Will Simo Johnson on the coverage.
Got to be careful in your own end zone on a drop back like that. Holding is a safety. A sack obviously would result in a safety, and now you've got to kick it with just 10 yards for your punter to operate.
We'll take another look at it. He got flushed out. Lindenwood really putting on the pressure. Rustmeyer had him running for his life. Threw it down the sideline. Blaylock on the coverage. Catch made at the 35, still on his feet. Blaylock turns the corner, beats another defender, and drives to the 20-yard line. What a return!
And look how fired up this sideline is for Lindenwood. Now it's the Lions playing complimentary football.
Talon Blaylock, what a return at this time of the game, in the moment, gigantic.
Lindenwood flipping this game with their special teams. A phenomenal punt by Turner pins Simo on the 1-yard line, inside their own 1-yard line. The defense is able to back that up. They don't give up a single yard. 3 incompletions in a row, and then a phenomenal return has them starting this drive on the edge of the red zone.
1st and 10 from the 20. Steve Hall, the running back. takes the handoff, finds the hole, across the 15 and brought down with a gain of 5. Cook on the tackle.
You saw right when we came back from break the time of possession advantage that Lindenwood has had in this game. They've had the ball for now over 34 minutes in this contest, and at a certain point, no matter how much effort, no matter how much energy you play with in the front seven, that will wear on you. Can SEMO get one more stop and get the ball back to their offense?
2nd and 5. Caldwell wide to the left side. Kroboth in the slot. Hall's the running back. He gets the handoff. Driving straight ahead again. Stopped short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 3.
Great job that time by SEMO to stand up. They didn't give up very much on that 2nd down play. 3rd and 3 is so much different than 3rd and 1 or 2.
We'll see how Lindenwood wants to play it.
In my opinion, barring a loss, you may have 2 downs to get this. It's a 9-point football game. A field goal makes it 12.
Caldwell wide to the right side. Hall in the backfield. Fugit to block. The keeper turning the corner is Glantz to the 10, the 5, and he's brought down. 1st down. Nate Glantz called his own number, and he gets the 1st down and a flag behind the play. It'll come back.
I think this is coming back. It was a hold out there on the edge. Good call by the officials. It comes at a tough time for Lindenwood. And now they'll have 3rd and double sticks. Believe it's Fugit here on the replay that commits it. Yeah, and that's where the flag came in at.
3rd and 13 now. Do you just take a shot at the end zone?
You definitely put the ball in the air. I think you call whatever sort of intermediate pass play you have that you think will work. It's a little tighter down here with the ball on the 23-yard line.
Caldwell slot left. Thomas wide to the left side. Nate Glantz wants to keep. Drives forward. Across the 15 to the 14. It'll be 4th down. 4th and 5. Norman again on the tackle.
Decision time here for Lindenwood. And it looks as though they're going to bring the field goal unit out. This is different than if you were to run it on 3rd and 3 and pick up a yard or
Agreed.
2 to convert 4th and 1. Now you try to kick the field goal, and the difference between 9 and 12 will force SEMO to score 2 touchdowns to beat you, as opposed to a field goal and a touchdown.
Logan Seibert. 33-yard attempt. Snap back, ball down, kick is up. It is good! Seibert with another field goal. He keeps rolling them up this year, Zach Zook. Seibert is a tremendous weapon, and he makes it 24-12.
And in this weather, nothing is a sure thing. Credit the long snapper Nelson Pipes and Patrick Turner, who set it down for Seibert to boom it through. Well-managed drive by the offensive coordinator, Dusty Avorka.
24-12. SEMO's been through a lot. They've won 7 in a row. They're not in a panic mode here. They know they can come down and score and still have opportunities and plenty of time.
And they've played in some dogfights.
Yeah.
With as much success as they've had, they've played in some close ball games. We referenced the doubled overtime win against UT Martin earlier on in the season. They played in that conference opener as well, that they ended up running away with in the second half, but they had to deal with injuries. That thing was really close at halftime. This is a familiar spot for SEMO, and credit the Red Hawks defense. A touchdown there would have been a backbreaker in this game. Lindenwood started the ball on the 20-yard line, and SEMO didn't give an inch.
Daryl Smith, the running back, to receive. Will Seibert go with another low skimmer? No, he boots it away. It'll be returnable, except the fair catch was called for and made. Again, tough field position for SEMO.
This rain, though, has lightened up as we get under 5 minutes to play. This crowd into it, all the momentum with the Lions. But in theory, better conditions for SEMO and Paxton DeLaurent to throw this football.
So at their own 25, a lot more room than last time, of course. And Paxton DeLaurent wants to throw. Across the middle. Ooh, that could have been Kanapke and a pick. That was a dangerous throw.
Yeah, the timing of that was not right for SEMO. They were trying to hit the sophomore slot receiver, Pedro, on the post route, and it just didn't time up.
Rubbles the running back. Anderson wide to the right side, trips right. Trying to eat up some ground. Some pressure, plenty of time though, and it's broken up. Great coverage, Trey Bell, the man, comes through and breaks it up again.
These defensive backs, whether it's been Bell, whether it's been Patrick, whether it's been Blaylock, they have all played exceptional to this point in the game. They've really made things difficult on these Red Hawks receivers.
Game's got a lot of time, but this feels like a make or break play right here. And they drew a flag, they drew a man, and they're throwing long anyway. Almost picked off. Terrific coverage on Dorian Anderson, but it'll be a flag against Lindenwood.
That was a free play. They got Lindenwood to jump, so this will be 3rd down and 5 and a little bit more manageable for SEMO. Great coverage by Patrick on the back end, because that may seem underrated, right? You've already given up the yardage and they get a free extra try at it, but if Lindenwood's able to stop them on 3rd down, obviously that's still a big play made by Jaden on the near sideline.
Now 3rd and 5. DeLaurent to throw. Has plenty of time. Great coverage, and it's complete for the 1st down. Boy, as they went to Donnie Cheers, his first catch of the afternoon, the protection was unbelievable.
It sure was. Took a long time for that football to get there, but great patience. Way to look it in by number 81. Now SEMO moving backwards.
What is DeLaurent's argument? He tried to argue for a quick moment, I think out of frustration.
Well, it looked like the center was pretty frustrated. I wonder if they had committed a snap infraction there. At any rate, it pushes them back 5 yards.
First and 15. DeLaurent to throw. Wants to step up, has some room, but he's going to throw it anyway, and that might have been tipped.
Sure was. Vincent King, what a play. And if you notice, now Lindenwood has flipped the way they've played this on the back end. They've played a lot of single high in this game, which is not something they've done very often under Eric Ainama. They have thrown that curveball at the SEMO offense, and it has worked for a large portion of this game, but they've gone to the too high look for the majority of this drive, which is actually what they're more comfortable playing. Now you see the single high look again.
2nd and 15. Looking to throw again. DeLaurent flush this time. Off his back foot, throwing deep. Tremendous coverage, and it hits Trey Bell in the back. There was no space between the defensive backs and the receivers. Passmore on the pressure.
Again, if we've said it once, we've said it 5 times. They've just played so under control on the back, and there's been no panic when the football's in the air. They've gotten their head around. They haven't committed penalties for the most part. They've done a really good job on the back end. And how about Eric Ainama continuing to switch it up and mix things up for DeLaurent? He never knows what he's going to get when he comes to the line of scrimmage.
Great penetration by Passmore. Great coverage in the back. Must play now for SEMO. Number 6, Simo. They're going to keep it and run it to Laurent for the first down. Slips a tackle. He gets the first down and makes a huge play. No! They're going to mark it short. But of course, it's 4th down territory.
They'll have to go quick here.
It's where you start your slide, and that's a great call by the official. 4th and a couple of feet. And did we have a jump? Did we have a procedure?
And how big is that now? Wow.
They got in a hurry. Be quick, but don't hurry. And they're walking the wrong way. Huge play. It'll be 4th and 6.
4th and a couple feet now becomes 4th in serious danger for the Red Hawks.
How does Coach Matukowicz want to play it with his star quarterback under duress? 4th and 6. Steps back, heavy pressure, slips the tackle, wants to throw long, a wobbly pass, coming back to intercept. Broken up. Unbelievable coverage. Eric Gant. He almost picked it off, laying flat on the ground, Zach.
Phenomenal coverage on Pedro, step for step down the field. DeLaurent tried to heave it as far as he could. He does a great job getting away from Sanjay Strickland, who comes around the right side. That little move right there creates some more time for him to set his feet and throw. But it's just good coverage and underthrown by DeLaurent. Ultimately ran out of club, and Lindenwood takes over on downs as the rain picks up.
Well, you know, that last bit of Sanjay Strickland pressure didn't allow DeLaurent to actually set his feet and step into the throw. You could see it wobbly coming out of his hand, and that was the difference in my view. And a handoff to Cortez Jones. Go to the big man when you need it, and they did right there. He gains a couple.
SEMO's going to have to start using their timeouts here. Obviously down 2 scores, you're going to need to get the football back here, go the length of the field, and then likely try an onside kick to get the football back. The mountain just got very steep for SEMO.
Southeast Missouri out of Cape Girardeau, ranked 6th in the nation. They've had an unbelievable run. 7 straight victories coming into Hunter Stadium. 175 miles north of Cape Girardeau to St. Charles, Missouri.
Well, you said it on that 4th down too, Rammer. The effort of Strickland. He missed the tackle initially, but never gave up on the play. Came back around from the backside and hit DeLaurent from behind. Very well may have caused the underthrow.
The Red Hawks' only loss was on the road at New Mexico State in Las Cruces. Looking for their 8th win here. Caldwell in motion, the flip to Jeff, turns the corner, got some space, still on his feet, 1 man to beat, and he gets across the 20 to the 16-yard line. Jeff Caldwell, what a play. Casey on the tackle.
Great play call by Dusty Avorka. Just because you have to run doesn't mean you have to run in to the entire front 7 of the defense. Attack them on the edges. That time Lindenwood does. They get the ball in their best playmaker's hands, and he picks up the first down.
Another timeout call. They're not going to give him all that progress, Jeff Caldwell, I mean. They'll mark it at the 19-yard line. Into the red zone, Caldwell. Another good game by Jeff. Caldwell with 6 receptions for 80 yards. Fugit in motion. Cortez Jones, the back. Give to Cortez. Patiently waits for the hole to open. Steps through it. Nice gain of a couple. Last time out for SEMO called.
So depending on how much time this second down play takes, probably less than 9 seconds. So they may not be able to run this thing all the way down to the warning.
2nd and 8. We'll call it 2nd and 8 from the 17.
Tell you what, I have been really impressed with this Red Hawks defense, the front seven in particular. I mean, they have been out on the field for a really long time in this ball game, and they just have not quit. Nearing 40 minutes of possession for Lindenwood.
Caldwell goes wide to the right side. Cortez Jones, the back behind Glantz. John Anthony wide to the left side. Give to Cortez Jones. Puts his head down and drives across the 15 to the 14.
So they are going to have to run another play here. About a 5-second difference between the play clock and the game clock.
It'll be a 3rd and 5 situation. Couldn't draw him off. You want to be smart here, not try and get too tricky.
Certainly. I'd be surprised if this football goes in the air.
3rd and 5. Cortez breaks one tackle, drags another Red Hawk with him to the 10, but just short of the first down. They're actually going to mark it at the 11. So it'll be 4th and a long one from the 11, and we've got the 2-minute timeout. We'll set it up for the final 2 minutes when we return. It's Ohio Valley Conference football on ESPN+. 4th and 2 for Lindenwood. Cortez Jones in the backfield. You're happy with this call, Zach?
Yep, you can win it right here.
Caldwell runs through. Cortez Jones keeps it, dives forward. We'll see where the mark is.
I don't think so.
I think he might be inches short.
He went down right at the 10-yard line, and that is not going to be enough for Lindenwood. We play on.
SEMO still has a chance. 1st and 10 for the Red Hawks.
Jed tried to get an explanation from the officials, but it's not going to go his way. I think it's a good call, and boy, one more swing in this game.
Paxton DeLaurent wants to throw as a man on down the middle, and it's picked off! Picked off! Gant with the interception! Ball game! Lindenwood upsets the 6th-ranked team in the nation in their rivalry game in the Ohio Valley Conference. Ball game at Lindenwood.
There's some happy students in the rain right now, some happy players and coaches on that Lindenwood sideline. SEMO hadn't been defeated by an FCS opponent yet this fall. Lindenwood's going to be the first team to do it.
Eric Gant, the 6-foot junior, steps up with the incredible interception to essentially end the efforts for SEMO. Now they need to do something unbelievable and magical, and it doesn't look like it's any chance for it to happen. And you can see the enthusiasm from Nate Glantz, fired up on the play.
It'll take 3 kneel downs, but as long as they can complete the exchange, nothing SEMO can do about it. What a monumentous win.
We'll be talking about it for the next minute 16 and into postgame. A 7-game winning streak for the Red Hawks, ranked 6th in the country. The in-state rivalry between Southeast Missouri and Lindenwood. Their trophy on the line. But the rivalry doesn't mean as much as the statement made by Lindenwood. Oh, and Coach Stugart is already soaking wet, so he got the shower, and that's the ball game. And Lindenwood has upset number 6 SEMO and made a statement in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Well, Coach Stugart said in interviews throughout the week, it's not really a rivalry until both teams win. It's a rivalry now.
Unbelievable. What a terrific victory. There's head coach Jed Stugart looking for his counterpart. That's a tremendous football game in a season that has been full of ups and downs for the Lions. Games they felt like they should have performed much better in and came up short. Some games they won and won big. But Jed Stugart told us all along he was looking at the last 2 games of the season as playoffs, because you know the Lindenwood Lions are not eligible for postseasons. They finish or almost complete their transition. It will be after next year. So how do you look at the schedule? And he said the last 2 games, we want to play them like they're playoff games. Take a look at the big play that put the stamp on it. And there's the throw across the middle. Overthrown. I think that's from a wet football.
Sure is.
Jacob Stanek down in the field. Jacob, what do you have?
Jed, amazing win, a historic win. Tell me what this means for you, your team, and the entire community.
Well, first of all, thank you, my Lord and Savior, man. This team loves each other. They believe in each other, and we preach that all the time, and I got to give glory to God for that. It's like, confidence. We talked about discipline, resilience. I'm so proud of our defense. Our defensive staff, man, it's been a tough 3 weeks, and they got this team ready to play, and our offense responded. We talk about complementary football. That's what it was today.
Tell me about the defense. Obviously, they had some struggles coming into this week and put on, I should say, one of the best performances of the entire season. Tell me about your defense today.
Well, I'm going to start with Coach Inama and his defensive staff because, man, they've been having to work through tons of adversity. They did a great job getting this defense to believe back in themselves like they've been. I'm going to give them so much credit. Put together a great plan. The kids bought into it. And then they just played for each other, and they believed in each other, and I can't be more proud of them.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on the win. Bob, Zach.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Very nicely done, and congratulations to Jed Stugart. And as we mentioned, a season, Zach Zook, that had many frustrations in it, but as they focus on these last 2 games of the year, upsetting number 6 SEMO in their home turf, it's as good as it's getting. How big is this win?
This is the biggest win in program history, and that is not overselling it at all. To get a win against SEMO that has never been ranked higher than they were coming into this game, the 6th ranked team in all of the land, a team that scored 40-plus points on you and really sort of kicked you around the field the first 2 years that you were at the Division I level.
Those first 2 games, averaged 47 points.
To get a win, hold them to 12 points, rebound from a 52-10 defeat, probably your worst performance as a team a week ago, to rebound with a win like this, it instills all the confidence in the world to your players from this date moving forward, your coaches, and everybody around the program. A massive, massive, monumental win for the Lions.
It's fantastic. The crowd is loving it. They stuck it out through rain all day long. This is our last football telecast of the year from Hunter Stadium, and we're so privileged to work with the great men and women of Maine Media the main media tour, we'll call it, as we talk about those folks, the pictures and the production values that we see from them. Really terrific. Joe Weber, Brandon McKinney, Dan Lehman, Mike Wagenknecht, Jim Nestis, Jane Bannister. They do such a great job all year long. Doesn't matter if it's 95 degrees, doesn't matter if it's pouring rain all day long. They're here to deliver a great television product out of Hunter Stadium. And as I said, it's a privilege working with those young men and women. Really great job. That's going to wrap things up from Lindenwood University. For Zach Zook, Jacob Studd, our spotter, Steve Wood, I'm Bob Ramsey saying so long from Hunter Stadium in St. Charles, where the final score is 24-12, Lindenwood University over Southeast Missouri. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.